Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to CS Herediano versus Real España in the 2023 CONCACAF Central American Cup Group C. Match day 3 of the group stage of 5 match days. Of course, each team is 4 games, so there's a bye week for at least one team per round. But match day 3. CS Herediano contra Real España en la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Fase de grupos, jornada 3. Match day 3. We're back covering Real España for the first time since the Champions League. They're down in Costa Rica at Estadio Nacional. How we doing, Rory? We're back live tonight. CS Herediano versus Real España in Costa Rica. I'll tell you when I'll tell you happy birthday again when it's actually your birthday. I think 8 hours is, early and then turning back around. Everybody else in the chat, though, can tell you happy birthday. But for me, I feel better saying it. I've already said early, like 3 days ago, so. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. For CS Herediano, Aaron Cruz, Aaron Salazar, Haxel Quiros, Miguel Balsuto, Daryl Araya, Gerson Torres, Everardo Rubio, Alejandro Bran, Elias Aguilar, Jesus Godinez, Ronaldo Araya. Speaking of, Jesus Godinez was the one 7 hours to midnight. Well, it just turned to a top of an hour, so. Right, your time zone, yeah. For me, it's 5. For 7, it's you, yeah. Starting 11 for Real España, Michael Pereiro, Maron Flores, Getzel Montes, Defron Garcia, Carlos Maija, Daniel Carter, Wisdom K, Miguel Carrasco, Franklin Flores, Derrickson Vuelto, and João Benavides for Real España. The Cinderellas of last year's CONCACAF League didn't really play well against Vancouver Whitecaps. Of course, they lost Luis Lopez to no, he's still Real España. He's still Real España. He's just hurt, I guess, then. Interesting. I thought he left to that super club. That super team they tried to build. They have a Hilton right by the Estadio Nacional in Costa Rica. Oh, that's interesting. I like it. Teams are about to walk out, of course. We got a big 90 minutes here. See if the Cinderellas could pop back into contention in the group. They've played a game. They had their bye week last week, so they played 3 straight weeks. I would laugh my ass off if the Sounders fall completely out of the playoff spots. Me too, and if it was at the benefit of the Portland Timbers, I'd be even happier. It's possible. But game's about to start. Why are two small clubs playing each other? Because this is the Central American Cup. That's why. And Herediano's not a small club. Real España, on the other hand, are Cinderellas, but they've proven themselves. You want to talk small clubs, you should say a team like Jokero or Universitario. You want to talk about small clubs. Herediano's not a small club. Herediano's a big club in Costa Rica. They got a good bit of history. CCL expansion. I think there should be expansion. I'm glad they didn't go with a group stage either, at least for the main tournament. You do basically realize that the Central American Cup's basically just a rebranded version of the CONCACAF League, and that the Caribbean Cup is basically just a rebranded version of the Caribbean Club Championship. And more meaningful, I guess, in that case. Leagues Cups, well, expanded, but technically, I wouldn't say the only new one, but this ain't Copa Libertadores or UCL. I'm not saying it is. But I do have more fun watching CONCACAF, though. Teams have walked out, and here are the 11s once again for Herediano: Eren Cruz, Aaron Salazar, Haxel Quiros, Jesus Godinez, Elias Aguilar, Ronaldo Araya, Daryl Araya, Everardo Rubio, Miguel Basuto, Alejandro Bran, Gerson Torres for Herediano. For Real España, we have our referees first. I don't disagree. I think the fourth team in Bundesliga is pushing it. Mario Escobar from Guatemala is the referee tonight. Ventura and Panjos, the four ARs, the fourth official, Jaime Herrera from El Salvador. Real España wearing their black. Herediano wearing their red and yellow. 11 for Real España is Michael Perello, Quetzal Montes, Franklin Flores, Devron Garcia, João Benavides, Derrickson Vuelto, Myron Flores, Wisdom K, Daniel Carter, Carlos Maja, and Miguel Carrasco for Real España. Jesus Godinez, formerly at Chivas, playing for Herediano now. Godinez was on that Champions League winning side back in 2018. See if Real España can start back acting like a Cinderella or acting like they did during CONCACAF League last year. Mocha 4, Atlantico 1. Good scoreline for Mocha. And for the second game of the day, of course, with the Super Cup, the second game of the day here, about to kick off. And now we are And now, come on. And we're underway. Now we're underway. Real España kicks off to start this group stage game, their second group game in Group C. They had a bye week last week. They lost their first. Herediano playing at home here. Real España in the black, Herediano in the yellow and orange, or red and orange, or red and yellow, the red and yellow, which does make orange, but the red and yellow. Herediano playing at home. Who taught you to love football? Me? Does your family even watch football? My dad does. And sometimes my mom does. It's funny. She was actually the first one to start just calling it football. It took my dad a little bit longer to just start calling it football. It's funny. Like, he understood what it meant, but he couldn't really stop saying soccer until recently. It's actually funny. My mom was the one who called it football first. She barely even watches. So, she does watch sometimes, though. 2 minutes. But my dad does. How we doing, Henry? If my Nana didn't pass 4 years ago, she'd probably be watching it too. She did watch a couple of games before. But yeah, World Cup final 2018, Champions League, Toronto versus Independiente, both legs. The MLS Cup final in 2016, yeah. So I was trying to get her into it too before. But were you one of those people who saw iCarly? Yeah, I liked iCarly. Or just any show. All that, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, Amanda Show, iCarly, Sam and Cat, Victorious. I liked them all. 3rd minute. Cross in. Header over the bar. Yeah, you could say. Definitely got my family into the sport. At least my immediate family. I have no idea about parts of my extended family. I could honestly care less. Which team is looking good so far? I'd say Real España looks better to me. I think it's half and half, but I'd say Real España's had their moments. He's better defensively. So. I remember. Well, 4th minute. American football is stupid. It gets boring sometimes. I think college football is better. I think college football is less boring and less. What's the word? What's the PG word, I should say? College football is stronger, tougher. Let's put it like a tougher. NFL's weaker. They haven't really tried to ruin at least the on-field product of college football. Now you can say what you want about conference realignment, but Mississippi State's never leaving the SEC, so I don't give a shit. So I don't care. Mississippi State will never leave the SEC, so unless they basically take the best teams in the conference and make a super, super conference, which then I guess we would. But we'd be pushed out. But if we win a national title, we won't be. So you're on the clock. I just said if they made a super, super conference and took like Ohio State, Alabama, if State doesn't win a national title, yeah, we'd be pushed out and into the second tier, like the championship tier. You know what I mean? If you're here for football, you know what I mean. I wouldn't say the Sun Belt, but whatever's left of the SEC that didn't get taken into that super conference, like Mizzou, because they wouldn't go either. Ugh. Well, at least I could still hate on Mizzou. I don't think they would do that in that case. I would hope so, but maybe college football is more grassroots to the point they actually would in that case. If there was a big super conference, if your Alabama's, Ohio States, and all that, besides the State got in there, we'd probably be relegated the first or second year. We may have a good first season, then second season syndrome would hit us, knowing us. So, 7th minute. Herediano pushing forward. 7th minute. Playing it back to midfield. I'm an SEC fan. I'm a Mississippi State fan. I could care less about the Pac-12. The only time I cared about the Pac-12 was when Mike Leach was there. Because Mike Leach, I always loved Mike Leach, even before he went to State. I always was a fan of Mike Leach. That's the only time I cared about the Pac-12. And it was really just Washington State. Pac-12 don't matter to me. It doesn't. It was always, in my lifetime, it wasn't really, besides USC, it was never relevant. So, it was never relevant, so, in my book. Real España, I mean, they're playing okay. They're not playing as good as they did CONCACAF League last year. But I think they can build back. Exactly. Rest in peace to the legend, to the Pirate. But maybe USC was the only reason the Pac-12. On Tubi. Fox Sports on Tubi channel. That's where this game is. They put some games on Tubi, which I like. I think that makes it easier to watch because anybody can watch Tubi. And for free. You don't even have to make an account. So, it actually makes it easier to watch. Which, there's always been a problem with CONCACAF's openness, so to speak. So, not in football, though. Let me put it like this. Pac-12 football, Pac-12 was never a football conference, except for USC when Pete Carroll was there. That was a Pac-10. They've always been an Olympic sports conference and maybe a baseball conference. Other than that, this is true. Well, I mean, Notre Dame's got good academics, but that hurts them because they're so stringent. That's why Notre Dame will never win a national title again. And I have a soft spot for Notre Dame. I'm not going to lie. They never will win a national title again. Even at baseball, because they're so stringent. But Stanford sort of puts it together, or balances it better, I guess, except for football. But Andrew Luck was good for like those 3 years he was there. Should Leagues Cups be used for Copa Libertadores as a qualifier, just the league itself? Are you talking about MLS teams and Mexican teams to Copa Libertadores? Yeah, why not? Like any quarterfinalist that doesn't make the Final Four can go to Copa Libertadores. I think that's fair. So you have the top 3 to Champions League or Champions Cup. Then, because Copa Libertadores, you have to at least split it somehow. The quarterfinalists and the losing runner-up go to Copa Libertadores. Or you could do a playoff once the third place is done. Play off the worst statistical quarterfinal loser with the third place loser, and then see who goes in. So you have 3 quarterfinal losers, and then the third place loser or the 4th quarterfinal loser. I don't know, but if it has to be 4 teams, if you could do 5, put them all in, and then the 3 that go to Champions Cup go to Champions Cup. But then again, you also have the problem of these teams could also qualify in some other way to Champions Cup. So yeah, problem. 10th minute. So 0-0, 0-0. Throwing for Herediano. True. Plays on good save or good catch by Cruz. That keeper kit kind of looks like the away kit Herediano had last year. You think they repurposed it? It doesn't surprise me. Because if you remember, Herediano kind of had that TFC-ish away kit where it was like half gray, half white. Sort of looked like what TFC put out last year. Twelfth minute. You know Copa CONMEBOL invited Miami, right? You know that. Which is weird because they're already in Champions Cup, so I don't know how they're going to really what's the word? Square that circle, so to speak. I think Miami getting invited is stupid. No, it's not. I mean, Messi could do the same thing with Newell's in like 3 years because I think he will retire at Newell's. I think when he actually retires, he'll go back down to Newell's, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to finish his career at Miami. He will spend a good amount of time there. I don't think. Shot past the post. Real España Carter threatening. But Cruz made. That was Perel. Oh. I got confused. So that was Cruz. It's going this way. Okay. So Cruz. So Perello. See, that's why that. Okay. I was like, it does sort of. But that keeper kit still does. Nice. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Love it. Love it. Proud of you. Offside. Thirteenth minute. Playing forward. But again, like, I'm not surprised that CONMEBOL wants Miami. Like, of course they want Messi to finally play Libertadores. He never did. And you don't know if he'll finish his career at Newell's. I think he will. But who's to say they build enough of a team to where he could get him in there to qualify them to even Sudamericana? Now, I mean, he did carry Miami to top of. He did carry Miami to the level of to a team that qualifies the Champions Cup instantly. So who knows? Messi is Messi, but I guarantee you the Messi and friends thing is only a Miami thing, which Busquets, you could say Busquets is, I don't know. Busquets is sort of, he's done his part, but I don't know. I don't think Busquets has really wowed me. Like at Barca, and I'm not a Barca fan, but I mean, I remember sort of hate watching Barca back when Messi and Busquets, the Pep team, the Pep era. I mean, even after that, but that era. I remember hate watching Barca. And even I couldn't lie and say, hey, these guys are good. Like, I knew. I could admit those guys were good. I could admit Busquets was just an amazing midfielder. Xavi, Iniesta, all that, right? But Busquets, he's done surface level things, and he's ghosted besides that. He's sort of, I don't know how to put this. I don't want to compare Michael Bradley to Busquets because that would be insulting Sergio Busquets. And that would be making Michael Bradley look better than he really is. But Busquets is pretty much playing like Michael Bradley has the past 3 years at Miami. So I'm not using that to make Michael Bradley look better. I'm not trying to disrespect Busquets by saying he's playing like Michael Bradley. He just is. So I wouldn't say he's going full Andrea Pirlo. He's better than that. Andrea Pirlo in MLS was, man, that hurt. Like, as an Italian fan, watching Pirlo play at NYCFC was hell. Like that was pain. Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, part of me, like when Javinko and Pirlo weren't called up in 2017 to qualify for 18, they were like, there were people who were saying they should have called up Javinko, outside MLS fans and Italian fans, and they were saying Pirlo as well. I'm like, yeah, they should have called up Javinko. Yeah. As a Toronto fan, I completely agree with you. I don't know what Ventura's doing. But Pirlo, have you seen how he's playing in New York? As a fan of both MLS, or all three of MLS, Toronto, and Italy, I was like, have you seen how he's playing? And you wanted him called up? What? You think he's going to magically become amazing Pirlo again? Just because he's playing for his country? Maybe he doesn't give a crap in MLS, but I wouldn't want to test that theory. Javinko's the one who's treating it right. Like, at that moment. At that moment in time. That's exactly what I said. I was like, shot! Off the post! Off the crossbar! Oh, no. No way! Herediano. Off the crossbar. That's a hat flick. If that ends up making it a draw, that is going as a hat flick for the first time in a while. Header. I haven't done hat flicks in a while, but that might just be one. If that's on the highlight package, I should say. Off the crossbar from that close. No way. That is horrible. That's a hat flick, dang it. That's a hat flick. Jesus. From that close in, do you watch college football? Yes. We started the stream on that term, or on that thought process. So, both college gridiron and college association. Yes, I watch both. From that close off the crossbar. Ugh. Huh. Wow. No, he put it over the bar, not off the bar. Let's get this correct. If you're going, saludos. Oh, exactly. For sure. He still has that quality. For sure. He still has that quality. I'm not saying he doesn't. But Busquets is sort of taking it slow. Like he's staying in his position. He'll receive the ball. He'll retrieve the ball. He'll press the ball if it's in his area. Yeah, I do. I bet that's what you meant. But I do watch college soccer, yes. I hate to use that term, but when you have college football, you can't. Yeah, it's the college soccer. I do. Women's and men's. But the sad thing is the SEC only has a women's side of the conference. There's no men's teams in the SEC except for Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and because they have teams in the American, I think. So the men's teams in those universities play in the American because there's no men's SEC soccer. So, and then the other teams just have clubs. So Mississippi State has a club men's team. So that sucks. It's weird. It's because of Title IX. And I don't know what sport on the men's side or why the other conferences get to have both men's and women's football, but the SEC doesn't. Because the ACC, the PAC, like what do they sponsor or what do they not sponsor to allow the men's side to have football as well? That's my question. Because to me, it looks like they sponsor all the same things. So I don't know what makes the SEC not able to sponsor men's football. That's my thought. Because I'd love to see Mississippi State have a men's team. I'd love to see the SEC have a men's part of the conference, just like everybody else. That's not just a club team, but of course, because what does the ACC not sanction that the SEC does on the men's side? That's the question. I don't know. Because the PAC, or what does the PAC sanction that the SEC doesn't? And then Kentucky has a team in the American. Vanderbilt does. That's probably the problem in the SEC. It's probably a part of Title IX and the fact that the SEC schools probably want to give more football revenue to football instead of other programs. So it's probably both. You're right. But I'd say it's probably, I don't know. Sporting San Miguelito's crushing Verdez 4-0 late. Verdez, I wish they were doing better. Like, they did pretty well last CONCACAF league. At least they didn't get skinned. They've been getting skinned every time they play. And I know they're in Panama this time, so there's a difference. But they got skinned at home twice. Like, at this point, they got put in a pretty tough group. Notwithstanding, I mean, they got put in a pretty tough group. Let's see, where's the draw page? No. There we go. Yeah, they got put Alajuelense, Motagua, Sporting, Olancho. Yeah, that's a tough group. No, that's Leagues Cup. Wait, $700. Even if I wanted to go. Jesus. If I wanted to go to that final, I'd have to hop trains. I'd have to hop trains like Josh Pate. What the hell? I'd have to hop trains like Josh Pate. I'm fine staying here. I'm fine staying here. Jesus Lord, $700. Well, I mean, it was already pretty much Alajuelense, Motagua coming out of that group anyway, so I'm not surprised. I mean, the other two teams. Sporting San Miguelito's still alive for one more week is pretty much what we're getting out of the Verdez game. And if Motagua wins tomorrow, they'll qualify to the quarterfinals. Alajuelense needed Miguelito to draw to qualify this week on their bye week, but they'll still qualify next week. And then the final game in that group, of course, is Alajuelense Motagua, which decides first place, unless Alajuelense only draws their next match, which then I guess just hand first place straight on to Motagua, but I don't think that'll happen. It's like them two and then the rest. Them two, then Sporting, then Olancho, which that was supposed to be the super team. The new super team. Yeah, that was supposed to be the new Honduran super team. Yep, the 22nd, we'll cover some Caribbean Cup next week, and we'll predict it as well. True. I've watched him on TV every game. I've watched every game on Apple TV. I haven't been in the stadium. I haven't been to his games. 26th minute. 0-0 said Osera. I've not been to his games. I've watched them all on TV, though. Yeah, New York. Yeah, but New York also has, like, a lot of local teams. Like, local semi-pro amateur teams as well. Like that. Like Hota. Bavarians. They have a lot of, or at least they used to. I don't know if they do anymore. But New York is a different, it's just a different breed of like football pyramid. It's different. At least it used to be. "27th minute. Nice shot, but a save. Perello picks it up. Settle was settled, 28th minute. Real España needs a win to put themselves back in contention for this group. Well, I mean, Philly fans just did. You mean Miami fans? They won't. I agree. Philly fans just booed Messi. But that's Philly fans. But they just did last night. They booed him. They booed him while he was warming up. They booed him when he walked out. But that's Philly. Now, if you're talking about, well, Philly booed Santa. And they threw batteries at him. What do you expect? Yeah, true. Honestly, NCAA D3, probably the English National League, the Vanarama National League, probably. Probably one of the lower versions of that, I should say. Probably the National League North is D3 equivalent. I would say probably a League 2 team play a college team, it would be pretty even. Or a big university, like if Wake Forest or Syracuse or Georgetown were to play a League 2 champion or League 2 or a National League team in England, they would probably be even. I'm not saying the college team would win. I'm not saying Georgetown would win, but it'd be a close game. So D3, probably National League North. Probably closer to level 7 and 8. speaking as a CONCACAF fan, this probably sounds hypocritical, but I've barely watched any English games in the National League. North or South. D3, you're taking the true amateurs. Yeah, that's true. It's more like Sunday League. You're right. You're right. It's more like Sunday League. You have a point. Or closer to that. You have a point. So. No, they're playing Leagues Cup. They said there was a contract for 5 years. So 4 more years of this current format. Except maybe some concessions. And if Miami wins MLS Cup, they play only the knockouts. They wouldn't have to play the group stage. What about D1? I think that a team like Georgetown, a big program in college soccer, men's college soccer, would be able to keep pace with a League Two National League team. I think they could in England. I think it'd be a close game. I mean, Wrexham stayed pretty close to Philadelphia Union too. And those are players out of college. So pretty much younger players and players out of college. So, I mean, I think that's about a good call. And Philadelphia Union's got a good academy, but still. So, I think Georgetown could hang. Or a Syracuse or something like that. Player down for Real España. In the 31st minute. That would be crazy. And then they'd be playing at Red Bull over a college soccer final. But then again, if you had your own stadium, they would... Yeah. Yeah. Probably play there instead. When does NYCFC Stadium finally get built? 26 or finished? Player up, be a goal kick here, 2027. So not far off. Why isn't the CCL final not going to be in a neutral stadium? Honestly, that's probably a good call, but I don't make the decisions. Because they used to be a home and home, but now it's going to be the better ranked team playing home in a one-legged final. Espana shot over the bar. 33rd minute. They should put it in a neutral ground. They should. If it's going to be a one-legged final, it should be in a neutral ground. But there's only so many before you start running back around or doubling up. The Super Bowl, just for example, the Super Bowl's been in Louisiana, the Superdome, 5 times. They're about to go back in 2 years. The stadiums that CONCACAF would accept for a neutral stadium would probably be like 6, 7, if we're being honest. And those are stadiums that, I mean, yeah, if you play at home, you got lucky to get there. Azteca should be the neutral stadium. And sometimes, yes. But what happens? But see, here's the thing about a neutral stadium. You're going to pick stadiums in cities that there are teams that are very likely to make the final anyway. Monterey, BBVA Stadium. The BBVA Bankhomer. Monterey, again, has plot armor. They will always find a way. If they're in the Champions Cup, they will find a way to the final. They always do. The fact losing to Monterey, or losing to Nashville, I should say, is very rare. So, say you put it in Bankhomer, and say Monterey's in the championship that year, or the Champions Cup that year. they're at home in their own final, even if they're technically the away team. You see what that does? That gives you de facto home field advantage, even if you're the second team on the score bug, the away team. Miguelito beat Verdez. Verdez is out. So, what is the point? Real España. See, I can see why you don't. Real España playing forward. Shot, golazo! Goal, goal, goal de Real España! Goal! Devuelto! Derrickson Vuelto! Scores! 1-0. What a shot! They need to win this game, and they start off on the right foot. Derrickson Vuelto from the top of the box. Nobody closed him down, and he puts it past the keeper. The keeper goes to the right end, tries to save it, but just bends a little bit too far for the keeper, and it goes into the post. And there you go. 1-0. 1-0. '36th minute. They needed that. To be on Fox Sports, or to be Fox Sports channel. What a shot. I love it. I love that. It's not the Olympico, but it could be goal of the week. It's not the Olympico from last week, but it'd be goal of the week. Pantoja Cibao, 2-0, Dominican League. That doesn't surprise me. Speaking of, it's probably a cool thing that Dominican League you could just watch straight up on YouTube for free. 37th minute. I would too. They're going to have a Final Four. They're going to have the Libertadores winner versus the Champions Cup winner. So León versus whoever wins the Libertadores. I think the Sudamericana is the second club for CONMEBOL, the Sudamericana winner. And I guess the fourth club is going to be the Leagues Cup winner. They never really said who the fourth club would be. But now that if Miami wins the Leagues Cup, they're going to say it's going to be León, Miami versus the Libertadores winner and the Sudamericana winner. And Miami's going to get drawn against the Sudamericana winner probably. It's going to be 1 versus 1 and then the other side, and then the final's the final. So so they are having a Final Four tournament at the start of next year. Sort of like a Nations League setup. So 38th minute in club-wise. Hat flick is still intact. Well, I mean, Miami could beat a Sudamericana club. But they'll get Messi. If he wins Leagues Cup, they'll be like, yeah, we're going to put him in. Since you got Sudamericana, you go with Leagues Cup, you know. They got Messi playing a CONMEBOL championship. We'll see. We'll see how that turns. That'll be an interesting thing to cover next year. It'll be interesting. Part of me sucks that River didn't make. Let's see. Thanks to the Leagues Cup. Yep. And they're in Champs Cup next year as well. But the Final Four tournament doesn't. It has to do with the past year's results. Speaking of Libertadores, who is left? Let's see who's left. Who would I want to see the most? There we go. Copa Libertadores 2023. Wikipedia. Doesn't really matter. Boom. Final stages. Right now. Okay, we got Boca Juniors and Racing. Deportivo Pereira versus Palmeiras. Bolivar versus Internacional. Fluminense versus Olimpia. Probably Boca. Boca is going to beat Racing. Palmeiras versus Boca. Playing forward, 39th minute. I say Boca. Internacional versus Fluminense. I say Fluminense. Fluminense versus Boca. Boca wins. So that'll probably be Boca Juniors. Yeah, probably. They'll probably go to the Club World Cup too. they would absolutely be beat the hell up right now. They wouldn't even make it out. They wouldn't even make it to the group stage if you put them in the prelims. I think Red Bull Arena would be good. Yeah. 40th minute. So. I think Boca beats Racing. Yeah. Losing River Plate's not the best. 40th minute. But I guess the Final Four tournament would probably have Boca or Palmeiras. It's going to be one of them two. I think Boca, though, personally. 0 points. Even if they were good, maybe 2 points. Oh, Dorlan Pabon went back to South America. Huh. He's playing for Atletico Nacional now. Huh. Oh, that happened 2 years ago. Oh. Speaking of, let's see where the Sudamericana is. Oh, there we go. Recopa. Boom. So Copa Sudamericana. Final stages. Bracket. Quarterfinals, we have Botafogo versus Defensa y Justicia. Botafogo probably will win. Sao Paulo versus LDU Quito. Sao Paulo. Corinthians versus Estudiantes. Corinthians. América Mineiro versus Fortaleza. I'd say Fortaleza. Botafogo versus Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo. Corinthians. I'd say Sao Paulo wins. So Sao Paulo, my prediction. Sao Paulo and Boca. 42nd minute. I mean, I know the Faroe Islands are a thing. I know they have football clubs. That's all I know. I don't watch those early rounds of qualifiers. I got enough CONCACAF stuff to cover. 42nd minute. So, like, I know the score lines because thanks to Golasso, they talk about it on the ticker, but still. If I ain't watching a game, I either have it on the Golasso network or if there's a hurricane going on in the summer, I'm watching hurricane coverage. Even when I get YouTube TV, I think very likely. Might as well. Chivas legend. Good player. I did not see it. Nope. I did not see it. Nope. Rapid signed a striker from Palmeiras. His name is Navarro. Could be wrong. I think. Well, 43rd minute. Ball crossed in. Out. So this will be a corner here for Herediano. Equalizer for Herediano. I can't fast forward this. So we'll see. Cross in. And header down. Oh, my God. Shot. Goal. 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 Goal de Herediano. Goal de Bran. Alejandro Bran scores. Pops the ball into the net. Little bit of a mental lapse defensively, and Bran capitalizes, which, you know what? They deserve that considering the ball that went off the crossbar. That should have been a goal anyway, so I think it's fair. It's 1-1. Alejandro Bran scores. That is a really good, and he headed it to the back of the net. It was already going on target, though, so it is Alejandro Bran goal, but it went. That hurts right near the half. Give up the lead, yep. And they need to win this game. 44th minute, Alejandro Bran. 1-1, 1-1. Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't even know he did. So. Didn't really need to know either. 45th minute. Not surprised, though. Herediano 2. Cross in. Ooh. Cross in. Well, Herediano did play Real España last year, and Herediano got owned by España. They want revenge, and they're going to get it. Header in. Goal! 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 2-1. That is Ronaldo Araya. Ronaldo Araya scores the second goal, scores the header. '45th minute. 2-1. 2-1. That is something. I feel bad for Real España, but when you let one in before the half, it's a very tight rope you're walking, and they fell off of it. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 2-1 at the half. Yep, 45th minute for Araya. I think Herediano's back. They've built their team back into a contender, or at least a fighting team, instead of falling apart like they did. And they should have lost to Pacific last year, but they did lose to Real España. But they're getting their revenge here. So, 47th minute. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Super chats, subscribers, all that. 47th minute. They'll play one more minute. Real España needs to win this game, and now they got the first goal, but they capitulated hard. It should have been 1-1 at the half from the header. Then they allowed one that was a fair score line, and then they allowed two a couple of seconds later. Is Messi going to win this cup too? No, because he doesn't play on a Central American team. Messi is Orlando's other daddy. Well, technically, don't both of Orlando's dads play on the same team now? '48th minute. '48th minute. And that's halftime. Medio tiempo. 2-1 at the half. 2-1. Herediano. Medio tiempo. Real España need to build back into this. I don't know if they will. They need to win this game. They need to score 2 goals in the second half without allowing another. If they don't, they're in some trouble in the group. With 2 games to go and down 4 points from second place. No, more like, no. Oh, no. What's a cool 5-man? No, we're more like the Bloodline. I don't care about the FCS. We're more like the Bloodline. Dummy, yeah. I guess Jose is your Michaels. I care more about HBCU football than the FCS. Even without Coach Prime. I'm still going to root for Jackson State. He did not. He didn't show up during the Super Cup. I don't know if he'll show up here. I'll give him till the weekend. Maybe he's got a, but I mean, Jackson State isn't far from Greenville, so I'll still root for Jackson State, even without Coach Prime. Well, he went to Colorado anyway. I think Georgia Tech would have been perfect for him. And I thought Mississippi State would have been perfect for Prime, but he went to Colorado. Hey, he can prove himself at Colorado, and if Zach Arnett fails, we know where to look. Or we could go back to Dan Mullen. Yeah, no. I would rather have Prime. Or we could go back to Dan Mullen. No. Prime. If Zach Arnett succeeds, I want Zach Arnett to succeed. But if he doesn't, Prime. If he's good at Colorado. But I think he will be. So. But here's no. Listen. In Mississippi, from what he did at Jackson State, Deion was royalty. And Deion can recruit with the best of anybody. You put him in the SEC, he might out-recruit some schools. Like, Deion's a special case. Like, he's out-recruiting schools in the transfer portal and in the window at Colorado. You put him in Mississippi State, that's a special case. Our main problem is recruiting. We recruit some damn 5-stars for once. We're supposed to play up to our potential then. Because Brian Harsin couldn't recruit. Besides, Auburn's won a national championship. We haven't. They have some higher but reasonable beliefs. Or not beliefs, but standards. We're delusional, or at least I'm delusional. Thanks, Dak Prescott. At least I'm delusional. But, I don't know. I agree with that. 2007, Sylvester Croom beat Bama. 2008, we lost. We beat them the first year Saban was there. Sylvester Croom beat Nick Saban. We haven't won since. But now that they have no quarterback, and we have the best defense in the country, you know what? And we're playing in Starkville. You know what? We're going to pull a Tennessee. We're going to break our streak of losing to them. We will. We almost beat them in 2017. We almost beat them 10 years to the day. But it took a bit longer. But last time was in Starkville. This year, you know what? I feel good about it. Alabama doesn't scare me. Alabama does not scare me. Not one bit. They have no quarterback. And their defense is at best. We got the best defense in the country. And the most returning production as well. It is what it is. We're going to pull a Tennessee and break that streak of losing to Bama. Last year it was Tennessee. This year it's going to be us. And Tennessee's streak was a year longer. So, there you go. It's only time. It's about time, right? It's about time. We But that was the last time we won. True. No, I was born in Mississippi. Why would I be a Mississippi State fan if I wasn't born in Mississippi? That'd be a stupid thing to bandwagon. You mean orange and white? It was I thought it was I Hate Alabama. Did somebody parody it for I Hate Tennessee? I guess they did. Then he did orange and white. But no, I haven't. Because why would I watch anything? Well, does it make fun of Ole Miss? Does it make fun of Ole Miss? Does it shit on Ole Miss? Then maybe I'll watch it. I could find it on ESPN Plus. Oh. Well, Tar Heels are UNC is a good school. Mississippi State, besides in baseball, is nothing. Except for maybe Dak Prescott. Come on now. Does that 30 for 30 shit on Ole Miss? If it does, I may watch it. If it's good. So no, I haven't seen it. With that being said, we got to take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. We'll get this one going, sit tight. We'll be back. 2-1 at the half. Dos a uno. We're back for the stats at the half. 6 shots to 6, 5 shots on goal to 3, 2 assists to 1, 4 steals to 4, 6 fouls to 5 fouls to 7. 55% possession of 45, 0 offside to 1, 1 corner to 1, 178 correct pass to 129, 27 incorrect passes to 26. Yeah. 202 passes to 197, 87% pass accuracy to 82. Cards. No yellows and no reds on either side. It is 2-1 at the half. 2-1. Herediano. It was half and half, really. I think Herediano late on were the better side, but I think España have had their moments. Herediano have had their moments. A deserved early lead for España, but they blew it late. Really, the only reason they're down is they had a bad mentality after allowing the first goal. So with that, they put their heads down. They had another one scored on them. But I think it's a deserved lead for Herediano at the half. I think it was a half and half game, and Herediano pulled ahead just enough. We'll see how the second half goes. if it's way more open and Herediano makes España pay or España finds a way to win this. We'll find out. I think it'll be a very tight game either way. What can you do in Mississippi? You can go to Pearl River Resort in Neshoba County. Has a casino, golf course, spa, good resort. Pearl River Resort. You can go to Biloxi or Gulfport. Biloxi and Gulfport, close to the Gulf. Beaches, good seafood restaurants. You can go, of course, to the college towns, Starkville and Oxford during the football season, Hattiesburg. There isn't really much to do. South Haven's close to Memphis. There's a good bit of stuff in South Haven. Jackson's the capital, but, nothing really there. There's a melting pot in Kosciuszko for some reason, which, like the fondue restaurant melting pot in Kosciuszko for some reason. I was shocked. I'm like, Kosciuszko? What? Kosciuszko melting pot. What? That makes no sense to me. Like, Starkville would make sense. Oxford would make sense. Oxford would make sense. Starkville would make sense. Hattiesburg would make sense. Jackson would make sense. But Kosciuszko? I know Oprah's from there, but what? Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think Oprah is from Kosciuszko. It just makes no sense to me. It's not even that far from Winona. Spring break, there is. During spring break, there is. Other than that, go down there during spring break, I'm sure you'd find one in Biloxi or Gulfport, but, I'm sure. Teams are walking out for the second half. True. Especially Gulfport and Biloxi. True. That probably helps. But probably better to spend more time in New Orleans in that case. You could hit up all three of those. Can Tulane get back into the SEC? You know what? Tulane's actually good now. I'd like to see it. If you're going to put Clemson in there, and you're going to put Clemson in there, and you're going to put Florida State in there, I say bring over Duke or UNC and then put in Tulane. Well, you can't do that to Duke or UNC. You bring in Duke and UNC. You bring in a Louisville school, then you put in Tulane. If we're going to go super conference. There we go. Got to be even. But I'd rather have Tulane than Missouri. I agree. I hate Mizzou. Mizzou does not deserve to be in the SEC. Not really, no. No. Even, no. I mean, it's hot. I wouldn't go in August. It's way too hot, but unless you have to. Substitution at the half. Yeah. Ramirez coming on at the half. I wouldn't. It's a very. Did Jose give you the $50 or what was his name? Jose did not give me the $50. He's hiding. The man's hiding. Hey, I'm not. I don't even know. Find Oaxaca for your money. I don't even know where he is, so. I don't even know where I could fly for my money. 45th minute. And we're back for the second half. Someone owes you money. Time to get a shakedown going. Oh, no. The chat's got that. Well, at least. If he comes back, the chat will jump on him so quickly. It's going to be hilarious. Jose coming out of hibernation, we're coming after you like Adam Silver did to Ja with the suspension after the finals. If he don't do it by the weekend, I'm charging interest. I'm charging interest. If he don't come back, I'm charging interest if he don't do it by Sunday. I'm gonna give him till the end of the Toronto match for the 50 straight up. If he doesn't come back and do it by the end of the Toronto match on Sunday, I'm charging interest the next time I see him. Next time he pops up, I'm charging interest. It's only fair. It's only fair. Don't play with your word. Don't tell me something, then do the other thing. Okay? Don't say you're going to bet 50 and then not do it. Keep to your word. I'll give you the rest of the week. If not, interest. Learn your lesson about keeping your word. I agree. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. 48th minute. No. He's MIA. He's AWOL. He's AWOL. '48th minute. The man went AWOL. What if he's on the pitch right now? No, AWOL means absent without leave. Have you never heard that? If they were on 7 points and missed out, that'd be super lucky. Unlucky. Exactly. They would be second place, but this would give them some breathing room. I don't think so, though. Would you like to watch a match between Inter Miami and Al Nassr? Yes. I would love to see it. I would love to see that happen. I don't know if there'd be enough room in Miami's schedule next year, but I would love to see it. I know they build that Saudi All-Stars versus PSG, the last dance, but I think we need another last dance. Bring Al Nassr to Miami. Play it at Hard Rock. Do it. He knows. He knows. Exactly. That's why they need to win tonight. Miami would win. Are you kidding? Miami. He knows. Well, he's not sending anything. I talked to. Oh. Well. That's. Oh, I read that wrong. Yeah, he ain't sending anything. But he ain't sending anything, I guess. Well, fine. Okay. right, then. He still ain't coming back. If he did. Al Nasir couldn't beat Zamalek. Really. Playing forward. He told me yesterday on Snapchat he's not sending anything. Alrighty then. Yeah, I bet it. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I get it. Here comes Herediano over the bar. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Miami needs to win CONCACAF Champions to go, but Al Nasir needs to win the AFC Champions League. That's hilarious. Playing forward 2-1. Herediano. Lol. I know, I understand that. He's not. I get it. He didn't think it was going to go down the way it did, and yeah, I understand. Yeah. True. Plays forward. Away games are ruthless. That's true. Over the bar for Real España. True. About Cristiano Messi, that is true. Yep, Real Esteli made it to the quarters. Yep. Why the hell would he bet on Monterrey? Bro, did he forget about Miami Messi? I think he's just pissed off that Nashville was the one that ruined it. I think that's what he's pissed off about. He thought Miami would be the one to. I think he thought if it was, it'd be Miami. He didn't think it would be the semifinals. I bet that's what he's pissed off about. But again, why would you bet on it? So you understand where he's wrong for betting. Okay. So you understand where he's wrong for shirking the betting and then shirking it. But of course, you're also going to defend your friend. Okay. Or not defend your friend, but at least pass on the news. All right, fine. You will super chat the final. Okay, I'll take it. At least you're a man of your word. I respect that. You've always been a man of your word, Jesus. I respect that. I respect that. But do you think he's a Nashville fan? Why would he bet against Nashville if he was a Nashville fan? You will see it in February. At least one of them. 54th minute. I want to see a close game between Nashville and Miami. I feel like it will be close, but I still think Miami's going to win. Probably 3-2. Just a hunch. 55th minute. 55th minute. 2-1, 2-1. Hope the final's better than Arab Cup. I think it will be, for sure. 56 minute. That actually don't sound half bad. There's still no extra time in the final? That's just, I don't think they'll need it, but come on now. 56 minute. Then again, they didn't add extra time for the semifinals, and that's what really qualified for the Champions Cup, so. True. That actually sounds pretty good. But again, speaking of drinks, that Baja Blast float, like the McDonald's, like vanilla ice cream cone, and you put it into the Mountain Dew Baja Blast from Taco Bell and stir it up and basically make a float out of it. That sounds awesome. Nice. Isaiah knows what I'm talking about. I sent it to him earlier. But I do like the idea of that. They're not very open about if there's extra time or not. Like, we'll probably find out that night. If they're not open about it, I guess there wouldn't be, but 57th minute. Throw in here for España, Real España, 58th minute. Did you predict a final between Costa Rican teams in this cup? No, I predicted a final between Olimpia and Alajuelense. That's what I predicted. I predicted a CONCACAF League 22 rematch is what I predicted. Which doesn't look like that's going to happen, or if it does, it'll be in the semifinals or something, because Olimpia has put themselves in a bad position. A bad position. They can still get out of the group, but they're not going to win their group. That'll be Real Esteli, even if they were to get out of the group. So it's going to be 1-2. But 58th minute. Given away. True. Fortunately for Olimpia, 2-5, and their group are crap. They should win out, and they gotta hope that basically they gotta beat Shelahu no matter what Shelahu does tonight, and they gotta beat Foss. I think they can. I think they should be able to. Besides, is it one home game, one away game, or they played 2 away? Cross save. Wendy's is releasing a pumpkin spice frosty. No freaking way. How we doing, HJU? I mean, I'm not a pumpkin spice guy, but it is what it is. 59th minute. Updated their domestic articles on Wikipedia and had no idea how to pronounce their names right. Which one? Shelahu? Real Esteli, the underdog of the Central American Cup. Yeah, I think they're the underdog. I think they're a very, I wouldn't say Cinderella, but they're definitely doing better than I expected. Like, they've got a good team. Pumpkin spice is more of a Northeast USA thing, I feel. And a basic thing. It's also very basic, but true, if you want to go with that. No, that would be horrible. All of them. It took me a while to learn how to pronounce all these names, too. It took me a while to get them down. And every time there's a new one, it always takes me about a month Like, I don't know about you, but when these tournaments come around, when there's a new team before the draw, I spend at least like a couple of hours trying to say, like, I look up the pronunciation from an English commentator, or I try to figure out from somebody what the pronunciations are, and I try to just keep repeating that pronunciation until I get it. It doesn't take me that long, but you know, I'm very good at remembering something after I get it. But I've always been pretty good at pronouncing something the first chance, but the first time I do. So that sounds pretty good. Wait, hold on. That sounds pretty good. Plays forward. Real España. Cross. Header. Goal off the hand and in. There you go. 2-2. Goal. Gol de España. Gol de Real España. 2-2. I think it will. One home, one away. Oh, that changes things. Yeah, Leon will get to the final. You know what? I want Leon to go deep, and I'll cover it. Screw it. I'm going to cover the Club World Cup to end the year, end the season. Why not? Why not? Might as well. No, this isn't Miami. I would love to see it. I mean, Man City don't have De Bruyne, and they're in trouble without him. So you know what? Maybe. Goal for Carter. Daniel Carter goal. "62nd minute. 2-2. España needs one more to get the lead. They need to win this. Good header off the hand, but who wins Miami versus City? Probably City. Saudi team playing in the FIFA Club World Cup 2023 has N'Golo Kante, Fabinho, Karim Benzema. What do you think of Neymar's move? I mean, Neymar was the best thing he could have got. He has no... he had no European move. Comunicaciones moved back top of Group C. Herediano fall to 5 points. Real España still on 1 point. As I said, they need to win because that drops them to 4, and they're tied with 4. Love it. I guess Saudi then. Hold on. Is it Saudi? FIFA Club World Cup, the 12th of December to the 22nd of December. It is in Jeddah. Jeddah and Al Ittihad won the Saudi Pro League, so it's Benzema, Kante. Well, okay, no. City could have a problem with that. Not Urawa, though. I want Leon and Urawa to do a really good job. Like, I legit want them to do a good job. Of course. Leon because CONCACAF, Urawa because Japan. Soft spot for Japan. Saudi, yep. Jeddah. Leon will play to the level of their opponent. Well, if they play a Saudi team. That Al Ittihad first round game I would have to do, though. Shot, save. Because it has Benzema and Kante and Fabinho. Mendy went to Al Ahly, yeah. Edouard Mendy. They'll have the Dakar Rally the following month, I think. Yeah, I don't watch that, so... It's not F1. It's not NASCAR, so... But I don't even really cover that on this channel. But I do watch F1 and NASCAR. So, there you go. Thank the fact that Fox Sports has the CONCACAF rights and I got into F1. And it's like, if you get into F1 and you're Southern, well, you're going to get into NASCAR when you're watching NASCAR Race Hub before CONCACAF games. It was my nature. I couldn't help it. I wanted to be a snob and just watch F1, but well, then Fox Sports came around. So there we go. Max is great, but you think he'd win every race? Every team had the same car and engine? Heck no. I mean, I'd rather it be Max. I mean, of course, I want Charles Leclerc to win. Charles and Ferrari is who I support, but you know. Jeff Gordon fan, no way. Race hell, praise Dale. What are you doing? Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon fan, what? Raise hell, praise Dale. Raise hell, praise Dale. In this house. Jeff Gordon, raise hell, praise Dale. Yeah, true. Checo Perez, Mexican driver, yeah. Jeff Gordon rides the walls. Jeff Gordon rides the walls. Jeff Gordon rides the walls. I have mixed feelings about Dale Sr. Some replays here. How we doing, Adam? He was great and all, but his untimely death made us forget how reckless he could really be on the track. That's true. Yeah, Isaiah already brought it up about I Show Speed. Central American Cup is on Fox Sports. Yep, and Tubi. Interesting. I'm a fan of both Dale Sr. and Jr. Speed ain't coming back from this one. That's what they said the last time. That's what they said when that's what they said during the World Cup. That's what they said when he did the freaking the rug pull. Herediano stay leading. I'll believe Speed ain't come back from it when he doesn't come back from it. Shot, goal. Goal de Herediano. Goal de Alejandro Bron. Picks up his second. It's 3-2, 3-2. 70th minute. 3-2. Yeah, beautiful goal. Black 48 Chevy Coupe for $20K. Bargain. Honestly, yeah, that's a bargain, I think. Yeah. Like, you talk about 48 model year, you're talking about, yeah, no, that may not be a bargain, but it can't be a 48 model year. I don't even think there was a coupe in the 48 model year. No, $20K, that's a bargain. A Chevy Coupe, black 48, Chevy Coupe. Yeah, that's a bargain. 20K. Shit, yeah, that's a bargain. Especially if it's recent. Real España from Honduras. Because New Spain, technically. Well, Toronto ain't stomping the league, so what are you talking about? They don't deserve it. They ain't stomping the league. They're the ones getting stomped. 1948. Is it drivable? 20K for 1948? I mean, they're the ones getting stomped, so not at this current moment, no. Al Ittihad won't beat Man City. No, they may. Unless Leon get to him first, yeah. 72nd minute. Drivable. You know what? That may be... Does it need to be... Has it been refurbished? Has it been, like, repainted, refurbished? New engine? Any of that? Because if that's the case... Yeah, because Miami's the one stomping the league now, yeah. Or stomp the League's Cup and then stomping the league. You're right. We don't... Toronto does not deserve to say stomp the league or anything anymore. Even the Canadian Championship. You know what I want? I want John Herdman to take over TFC and then Hervé Renard to come to Canada to take over Canada. That's a good idea. 3-2 Herediano, 73rd minute. Give me Hervé Renard for Canada and John Herdman for TFC. And Phil Neville could be shot into the sun. I don't know what he's going to do. Toronto winning the CCL. Toronto winning the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Easy. I could live without the Jays winning the World Series. They should have won it in 2015, but again, they didn't. So it has been repainted. Well, it wouldn't even be the Octo at that point. Yes, it's been repainted. Okay. Mississippi's never going to get an MLS club. Even Starkville ain't getting no club. Oxford ain't getting no club. Hattiesburg ain't getting no club. Gulfport, Biloxi, no. Like, the best they're going to get's a USL club. Now, would I love, if I'm ever rich enough, to own a team in Greenville in the USL Championship and call them Greenville Blues FC? Yes, I would love to do that. Can it be done? I think so. Is that the best they're going to get? Yes. They're never getting an MLS club. And hell, USL Championship's pushing it. That's pushing it. That's pushing it. I would love to do it for Greenville. I would love for them to have it. Probably be a visionary such as myself. But that's the best they're going to get. Yes, it's been repainted. Well, there we go. We have a USL 2 team called the Mississippi Brilla, and that's all Mississippi has. San Diego has an MLS team announced. Yep. Especially, yeah. Well, I wasn't alive for 93. That's the problem. But I could still claim 92 and 93 as a Jays fan. I'd love to actually see them win a World Series instead of just rewatching them win 92 and 93. But I'd rather have the CCL. If you're making me choose, I'd rather have the CCL or Champions Cup. Well, that was a 1993 call. So it was 1993. Favorite NBA team, Toronto Raptors. So at least I saw an NBA championship. But yeah, the Raptors. I hope they can build something out of it, but they're not. But hey, at least we got 2019. Bill Manning needs to go. Bill Manning needs to go. Well, Kawhi Leonard still brought us a championship, though, so that laugh is amazing. 69. 60, what? 76. 23-19. I don't know why. Hey, I don't really have to do that because I never. See, I don't let my phone get that low. I don't think I've ever saved my phone at 1. 23-19. 35-47. The 35-47. The 35-47. Franklin Flores to Vieira for Vieira. They're playing at Snapdragon. San Diego State Stadium. Sub for Herediano, 78th minute. Electricity is love. Electricity is life. Well, I mean, technically it is, but yeah, I think Phoenix Rising should be in the MLS. I agree. It's from Monsters, Inc. Honestly, I didn't remember it all, to be honest. 79th minute. And I don't, well, I do have it on DVD. But I'm not, no. I don't have Disney Plus. That's the one I don't have, which... Yeah, I don't know math. Like, I can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Other than that... Oh, and I know probability. I'm good at probability. Other than that, long division, fractions isn't too hard until you get to, like, some fractions. No, and it doesn't seem like I am getting it. Jose's not a man of his word. So, seems like I'm not getting it. So, Messi will win the Ballon d'Or, yes. He was going to win from Qatar. Probably, yeah. 79th minute. 10 more minutes to go plus stoppage time. Defense ain't stopping Jack Grealish. Yeah, well, Lewandowski. Nah, Lewandowski. Lewandowski missed the Ballon d'Or by 2 years. He got screwed over the year they canceled it. And then he got screwed over by getting that forward award, whatever that plate was. And then they proceeded to give Messi the Ballon d'Or. No, it was, yeah. But Jorginho got robbed that year, too. But Jorginho got robbed, too, in 2021. That's why I think Miami will beat City. Man City did struggle against America. Yeah, but who's to say that that wasn't their best 11? Jack Grealish didn't play well in that game, though. But that wasn't their best 11. So... Maya coming on for Real España, 80th minute. But you're right, they did. They did. I got into it and taught myself. I got into it of my own volition and taught myself. That's how I know. I'm no Ted Lasso. I may have the southern accent. Well, he's more Kansan, but still sounds more southern. But I'm no Ted Lasso. I know my stuff. So basically, Atlas and Real Sociedad are basically friendly versions of Chivas and Atletico for international players because they don't have this policy that's only Basque or Mexican allowed. Jorginho won Euro and UCL. Exactly. And he should have won the Ballon d'Or. So is Barca winning La Liga again? No, Real's winning it this year. Did you not see the Getafe game? Barca ain't winning it. Yeah, I remember when Ted Lasso was just NBC Premier League advert character. Yep. Do you like steak sandwiches or lobster sandwiches? Steak sandwiches. Subs, but still. I've never had a lobster sandwich. I lie. Well, no. Crab. Hell, I haven't even had a crab sandwich. Atletico Madrid's winning it, man. No. They missed their window. Their window is shut. Mbappe's not going to Real. He's staying at PSG. He wanted Neymar out, and he played him. He played him hook, line, and sinker. You should try a lobster sandwich. If I ever go to Boston, I'll try a lobster roll. I'll try a lobster roll in Boston if I ever go to Boston or Foxborough. That'd be the smart decision. Probably you'll try some clam chowder too. A lobster roll, and clam chowder. The New England Patriots. I know Brady don't play there no more, but the New England Patriots, if I ever was. Hey, at least Doug Flutie had the Hail Mary, though. I'll always be a Doug Flutie fan. I'm a fan of Doug Flutie. The years with the Patriots, the Argos, the Hail Mary. I always like Doug Flutie. 84th minute. Because, yeah, Doug Flutie played for the Argos. I don't know if any of y'all knew that, but Doug Flutie played for the Argos. Also, speaking of Patriots quarterbacks that backed up Tom Brady, I know Flutie did more, but he did technically back up Brady, that played for the Argos, Michael Bishop. Anybody remember him? Remember him? Played for the Argos for a while. Well, he backed up Bledsoe and Brady. Or he was on the, well, I would say, well, no. He backed up Bledsoe, then Brady jumped him. And then he got cut before 2001. So technically he did back up Brady then. Technically he did. 84th minute. And Rory should know something about Rohan Davey, who was an LSU legend before he came to the Patriots. And then backed up Tom Brady. Cheetos making Halloween-shaped Cheetos that are white cheddar flavored called Bag of Bones. There we go. Good. 86th minute. Time for João Felix to terminate his contract with Simeone because the fans are fed up. It's time for him to go to Barca. That's what he wants. Yeah, 15 miles per hour, 65 yards into the wind. That's hard to do. And he did it. '86th minute. I would guess so, maybe, unless they absolutely overcode it. But I think yes, which that would be nice. I would have fun with that. 87th minute. Things looking grim for Real España. Yep. They went from Cinderellas to now just being knocked out by a team who's finally growing back into what they should be. Yep. Summer's overrated, spring and fall's where it's at. Like, I'm not saying I hate the summer, but to me, like, well, the summer and the fall are kind of like, I like all the seasons for different reasons, okay? I don't hate any season. The spring, you got Champions League and severe weather season, and I love tracking the weather, so there you go. In the summer, you got things like Gold Cup, Leagues Cup, you got the hurricane season, you got just summer being summer, you got vacations, all that. Fall, you got the Halloween season, you got the playoffs, you got the ending of these tournaments, the peak of hurricane season. Well, September 10th. Yeah, you could still get some late storms. And it looks like if you look at the Atlantic, it's going to be one of those times if I ain't watching football, I'll be watching hurricane coverage. Oh, yeah, college football too. Yeah, sure. Brown coming on for number 11, 89th minute. College football's peak 2. Yep, peak fall. Yep. Araya for Brown, which pretty much that means week 0 technically is the start of fall in my book. So 89th minute. But once week 1 hits, yep, week 0, week and a half away. Any USMNT games coming soon? They're playing Oman and Uzbekistan at the start of September. I don't know if I'll cover those, though. Should I? Probably. Will I? Don't know. Those should be easy wins. So excited even with all the BS happening to the Pac-12. I feel like Mississippi State's going to win it for Mike Leach, or in honor of him. So I'm really excited this year. I have a funny feeling that I'm going to be right. You can call me crazy until it happens, but I have a funny feeling. There's going to be a 4 minutes of stoppage time. There's going to be a Cinderella season for State, or fairy tale season for State. I have a funny feeling. I just have a funny feeling. It's not that they're bad, but it's going to be kind of like Tennessee last year. You can mention all the other channels, yeah. You can mention other channels, it's fine. You got that feeling too. I got y'all believing. Yes. I watched Josh Pate. I watched Late Kick with Josh Pate when it comes to college football. You watch any SEC Shorts videos? Yes. Yes. I do. I like their videos. I do. I also like Matt Mitchell videos. I like his videos too. I have an NXT shirt because it's yellow and black, just like Real España's colors are, or at least their logo. So at least this one made more sense. The Cardinals jersey. Yep. But they honored Mike Leach very, very honorably, very well. Put a tear to my eye. Funny Mane is good too, yeah, for a Bama fan. But he's good too. I like Funny Mane too. 92nd minute. There'll be a good bit of Mississippi State content during the season on this channel too. Don't worry. I'll be going live for a good amount of games and reviewing a good amount of games as well. And I might consider doing the Bama State game instead of the TFC game that day. I'm considering it. I'm legitimately considering it. Instead of doing a double, just doing Bama State straight up, I'm considering it. Because, I mean, TFC sucks this year. They're absolutely horrible. That'd be awesome. Apple picking. I went to like the, what is it called? The Eckert's Fun Farm, whatever, before. But I never went to the actual apple picking part of Eckert's. Yeah, that's kind of I'm kind of leaning that way about the Bama State thing. At the very least, it's going to be a double depending on the time slot. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards it. Because, I mean, even, like, unless we win, like, 5 straight, not happening. Ortiz for Aguilar and Keisha Fuller coming on for the last minute. There's no way. There's no way TFC goes on that type of run where it may matter that day. It won't. They'll probably be mathematically eliminated more likely by the time that day comes. I'll do a late RSR for that game. Like, I'll watch the recap and do one a day later just so I say I could cover it, you know? There you go. So I could say I covered every game. I'll do a late RSR like the next day. I'll watch the recap on Apple TV and I'll talk about it the next day just so I could say I covered it. So, see, I'll do both. No, Bama's got a horrible – their quarterback room is horrible. And I don't think it's changed too much for Saban to handle. They just have a horrible quarterback room. And the rest of the team is good, but not great. You know, they're beatable. They look vulnerable for the first time since 2007. Well, I guess last year they looked vulnerable too, but even more so now. So. And it is not full time yet. 3-2, 3-2. Shift to the run. I mean, if anybody is, it's going to be, if it works for anybody, it's going to work for Saban. But even they have a good, I don't know about their running back room. It's probably not as good. Buy one, bench one, sell one. Buy one, Michael Myers. Bench Jason Voorhees. Sell Freddy Krueger. I would, for sure. Yeah. 94th minute. Myers, Voorhees, Krueger. And that's full time. Full time. 3-2 Herediano. 3-2 on the night. Well, it is 3-2. Herediano up to 7 points on the verge of the quarterfinals. Yep. Big win. 3-2 final. 3-2. There you go. They do, but I don't think they're going to get out of the group. I think they're in trouble. So with that being said, we got 3-2 match. Yep. Big 12 next year for Colorado. Love to see it. That's what it should be. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play this. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. I already did the Super Cup today. Besides, it's on Fox Soccer Plus. I already did the Super Cup today. I'm doing both games tomorrow, but the Super Cup basically already had 3 videos today. The Leagues Cup semifinal recap, the Super Cup live in video, and then this. I've done enough today. Trust me. So, see you later. I'm out. Peace.